What's up, undrafted viewers? Welcome to the U.
She called me Dickie Cortez when she introduced me. Money running out, I'm hungry, I'm at the jaw now. Jackson Bricky, my nigga, I'm ready to ball now. It's never to the shine.
Talking some NBA basketball, some crazy headlines this week. Let's just start off real quick. Ja Morant, the opposite of, God, what's that fat guy's name? Oh my God. Whatever. He's going from riches to rags, whatever that guy's name is. I don't understand. Went on IG Live flashing a gun, already was suspended for other reasons, punching a teenager, flashing lasers at the Pacers team bus like we talked about a couple weeks ago, and then comes out and says it's a way he relieves stress. Get that shit out of here, man. Grow up and learn how to act. What are your guys' thoughts on this situation? Obviously, he's stupid as shit, but what do you guys want to say about it?
I'll take it first. To go back to the riches to rags thing, the person you were trying to say was Rod Wave.
Yeah, Drew, same thing.
What are you doing? You are whatever. What are you doing? You're in the NBA, you get paid millions of dollars to shoot a basketball in the hoop, not to shoot people. Come on. I think that's all I gotta say.
That is a great point. Great point, dude.
Thank you.
What do you guys have to say about this?
Personally, I think Shannon Sharp said it best a while ago. Like, you were put in an environment by your parents in a private school to work hard. You went to college to not have that stigma of being a hood rat or someone who associates himself with street violence. To make it to where you are, to succeed the way you do. There's a video of him sitting in a Waffle House, like, being so generous to the staff. Like, and it's so overshadowed now by this recent, like, tangent he's gone on of just pretending like he's like Shannon Sharp would say, pretending he's hard or he's
fun. No, totally.
Like, I don't know. I personally I don't like it, but I think it's just stupid.
It's so stupid. Immature, I think, is more the word that describes it best.
However, if he's saying it's a way to relieve stress or a mechanism of that, then maybe there's something below the surface that we don't know about. Maybe he should go get some help legitimately.
Now, that's what I'm trying to say, though. Do you think that's a real thing, or is he just spewing bullshit?
I think it might be a real thing, to be honest with you.
Okay, mental health is a real big issue.
I wasn't
100%. I know you were. I just wanted to say that before I said this. It is, but everyone's using it as an excuse nowadays. Man's pulled out a gun and is using that he's stressed and he's blaming on his mental health. Like, it's a real thing. People are taking advantage of it and using it as more of an excuse than anything. He's lucky that he's gross at basketball because he would not have a job.
So I just wanted to say, like, yeah, he said he was stress relief, and like I said, mental health is totally a real thing. But he's seen in the video with his grill in, smiling next to his head. He's like, yeah, like that. You're fine, dude. You're in a strip club in Colorado. I don't know. Bert, what's your thoughts on the situation?
I just think Ja Morant is throwing his career away, dude. You have a $200 million contract, and you're doing this. Like, why? Like, why do you gotta play tough guy? Why do you gotta act like a gangster, bro?
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to do that? You have $200 million in the bank, and you're flexing with a gun on Instagram Live and pointing lasers into the other team's bus. What are you doing?
So one thing I want to say is, it's not like Ja Morant was thought of as a corny player. People think he's cool by the way he plays. He's a very flashy player, makes great plays. I thought Ja Morant was cool. I mean, his bounce is crazy, something we haven't seen since D Rose. A point I do want to bring up, though, is from that video, obviously they were in Denver, so that means he brought the gun on the plane for the team, and that itself, from the NBA CBA, is a 50-game suspension at least. 50 games.
Good.
So this would go.
He deserves it.
And I totally agree he deserves that, and he'll learn his lesson, hopefully.
Hopefully, dude.
But
it doesn't seem like he's learning any lessons, but...
So, one other point about the whole strip club IG Live thing is Steven Adams actually held a players-only meeting just days before that, telling the guys, like, because obviously he's one of the few veterans on that team. There are a bunch of young guys saying, hey, we got to act more mature off the court. We can't be having these off-court issues that are now detrimenting our play, which, as you know, they've been on a skid lately. So I think that's crazy that you don't even listen to a guy on your own team. You're not even listening to your parents, the media. You're not even listening to a veteran on your team. That's a disrespect in itself. But yeah.
He got paid. He thinks he's the king of the world. And he thinks he could do anything he wants now.
Yeah,
I mean, and he's obviously not the smartest dude. He's not like
It doesn't matter.
the greatest.
it doesn't
dude.
matter. That's a mature thing. I don't think LeBron James is necessarily the smartest human on earth. Have you ever heard a story about him off the court? No, not at all. Have you ever heard of? I can't say Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but at least he's not this stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. It's more immature. It's not how
literally
smart
just
you are.
dumb.
No, but
It's
this is
dumb.
stupid.
Oh,
it is.
totally.
It is how smart you are. Because what are you doing? This
Yeah.
is dumb. So yeah, it is. Like it's immaturity too, but like it's just like you're stupid. You're
So,
stupid.
the last point I want to make about Ja Morant, I'll keep it quick. I don't know if you guys know who Gilbert Arenas is. He was the last person that kind of got hit with this whole gun thing. Him and his teammate had beef. They both brought guns into the locker room. Nothing ended up happening, but pretty much both were blackballed out of the league after that. We can maybe see something with Ja Morant. It's just crazy how young and good he is that this is happening, that he did this.
He deserves to
I
get
feel like-
blacklisted from the league.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
This is a bad look on the league. Everyone's talking about it. It's all the news shows have
I
been
feel like
talking
he's
about.
too big to get just like blackballed out of the league though. Like they're gonna use
Yeah.
him as an example, if anything.
Which is crazy because they used Gilbert Arenas, who was the same level of star that Ja Morant was.
Okay.
Yeah, and how do you not learn your lesson? How do you not have your veterans saying things? Let's get to the next point. Everyone knows how stupid Ja Morant is. Kendrick Perkins goes on TV and equivocally says the only reason Jokic is in the lead for the MVP is because he's white, which is absolutely crazy. Definitely one thing I have to say about this Kendrick Perkins thing that everyone's thinking, but no one will say. If roles were reversed in this scenario, that Kendrick Perkins, if he was white, would be getting crucified. He would not have a job. He would lose any sponsorships he has. And I think it's absolutely crazy that it's okay to be racist when it's black people being racist versus white people, but the other way around, a whole controversy starts. Racism in itself needs to be eradicated, and I don't understand how he still has a job. And that's just how I feel. And yeah, I'm going to get past that. I know no one else really wants to talk about that. And one more point I do want to make. Jokic is the best player in the league. It's not even like he's getting it for no reason. He's the best damn player in the league. We've talked about this the whole year on Undrafted Sports Podcast. He has always been in the league for MVP. He's averaging a triple-double. His team's the 1 seed. How is... it just pisses me off, man. Need to get past that.
The reason Jokic is winning MVP is quite simple. Because he's averaging 24, 11, and 10 as a center.
Thank you.
As a center on the bench, there is no replacement on the team for Nikola Jokic. If he's gone, I listen. They have good pieces. They're not the same Nuggets. They're not.
Of course
You can take any other player on a so like Luka was in the conversation, right? Kyrie is still gonna be able to do Luka-like things without Luka, but
Yeah.
just it's a stupid argument for a stupid reason, and it just like you said, it goes about who's the best.
It's who's the
nothing to
best,
do
not your
with
skin color,
what
man.
their skin is or what uniform they wear. It's just the numbers don't lie. So.
I just think that's crazy. And yeah, we can just get past that. No one wants to hear about racism on a sports thing, but I think it needed to be brought up. So we'll get the NBA clip of the week. We always have one in these podcasts. Be Giannis stat padding for a triple-double.
Love it.
I absolutely love it too. Thank you for saying that. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I would do this if I was in the NBA. You have incentives, you have stuff like that. Go make your money, you know? I totally agree with that. Get your averages up. So, what are you guys' thoughts on the Giannis thing? It's funny, obviously.
If my bet was riding on that last rebound, dude, I would be so
Well,
happy.
No,
I don't know if you
wouldn't
know.
be
Yeah,
happy.
they rescinded it, and the rebound didn't count.
Because according to NBA rules, you could only it only counts as a shot attempt if you're shooting with the intent of it going in. So they didn't count it as a field goal attempt, and they didn't count it as a rebound.
Yeah. So your bet would have been
crazy.
actually
That's
messed up.
crazy.
What do you? Sorry, Jace, you can go.
Okay, so had he pulled up from 3 and said in his own head, like, I'm going to make this look like I'm trying to make it, and totally bricked it, like, it would have been like, oh, well, like, we judged that he actually tried to make that shot, and it would have counted then?
I think it would have been unsportsmanlike, more unsportsmanlike than the way he did it. Like, I think he was still,
So
he wasn't trying to cause
that's
a
what
fight.
I, like, agree with. Like, no, like, he definitely did it in the most, like, hey, I'm just going to do this. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna throw down a dunk in your guys' face,
Yeah.
like Zion did, I think, against the Suns.
Well, that was for personal reasons, but yes,
yeah,
I do
so,
understand
like, you know
that.
what I mean? It's, I don't know.
I love it. I think
Give
it's
him his
funny.
triple-double. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
give him his triple-double.
yeah.
Let me hit my
Giannis.
bet. Yeah. What do you have to say about the Giannis? It's not
I
serious,
think
but-
it's so funny, man. I mean, Giannis is such a funny all-around guy. Just, I don't know. I think it just, I love it. It's cool. It's funny. It's just, I don't know. It's something you never really see. And he was just trying to obviously get the triple-double, so.
So now he's a freak on the court, a freak in the sheets, and a freak on the stat sheet. So I love this for Giannis. What do you have to say about Giannis' stat padding?
That's
I mean,
cool.
he did
like
stat
it.
pad. I shouldn't put quotes on it. He actually did.
Unquote.
Yeah, unquote that. He did
I just
stat
think
pad.
it should have counted. I wish it counted.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that was awesome. That was so awesome.
Love the Memphis cake and eat it too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last point. The hottest team in the NBA is in New York. It's not Brooklyn. It's the New York Knickerbockers. They've just been on an absolute tear lately, beating teams like Miami, beating Jalen Brunson, playing like, have you seen a player play like him at his stature, what he's doing, getting to the paint, throwing the floaters, getting the team involved, still playing defense at a small stature on a team that he plays 40 minutes a night, every single night, and he doesn't take management games. Kawhi Leonard. So, I just want to know, what are you guys thinking about the Knicks right now?
Wait till the Hawks play them in the playoffs.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, well, guess what? The Hawks ain't making the playoffs.
They might make the play in, but
Yeah.
Hey, I think Knicks are one of the hottest teams right now. Now, I do think they make the playoffs. I think, they got the core players like Brunson, Randle, Mitchell
Barrett.
Robinson. Yeah, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson are great players.
Up lately too.
Of course. Emmanuel Quickly has been balling out recently.
Balling.
They've been firing on all cylinders. Now, the question at hand is, does this make the Knicks look like an actual contender? No. I don't think they can get past the Sixers, let alone the Celtics, who are much better than them. Oh, sorry, yeah, Bucks.
Well, no, Bucks and Celtics. You're completely
Yeah.
right.
And Sixers.
Cavaliers look great too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cavaliers
Cavs.
are a contender. There's some good teams in the East, man. But the Knicks are one of them, and I think
Yeah.
that can't be denied. You have Tom Thibodeau, the coach. People have some mixed reviews about him. He has experience in the playoffs. He's never won one, but he's been there multiple times with those Bulls teams. Even the Knicks, with this roster, I'm not saying they're a contender. They can make it to an Eastern Conference Finals. They play hard as crap, and they play great defense. And guess what? Defense wins championships. So I think the Knicks have a great chance. What are your thoughts, Kyle?
Post All-Star break, the New York Knicks have been the most entertaining team to watch. They've been my favorite team to watch. Obviously, Jalen Brunson going off, Julius Randle going off, Mitchell Robinson going off. Even guys like their role guys, like Immanuel Quickly stepped up big. I just love how they're all buying in, and you could tell that they all want it. They're all there. They're all competing every game. They go hard every game. If they could carry this to the postseason, they are going to be a very dark horse team to watch out
It's
for.
gonna be a hard out,
because they go hard. They go. The NBA doesn't go that hard anymore. They go hard. If they could carry this over to the postseason, I'm not saying they're going to win the championship. I'm not saying they'll even make it there. I'm saying that they will surprise you more than
Eastern Conference
you think.
Finals is not some kind of like overstatement. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like it's doable.
If I'm the Celtics, if I'm the Bucks, if I'm the Sixers, if they fall in the seeding, I don't want to play them first round. They're taking you 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, especially.
In Madison Square Garden, playoff basketball for the first time, and it seems like a decade.
God.
That place is going to be
I can feel the building
rocking,
shaking
man.
from here, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
you see how Madison Square Garden always rocks for any team they have, including the Rangers. You see it. The energy in that arena is second to none, and for a team that's this exciting, I think the roof might blow off that place if they beat a team like the Celtics or Bucks, or even go up maybe a game or two. I think you see the fans play a huge part in the series.
I just want to catch them. I feel like if you catch the Knicks early, you're not making it too far. They're going to wear you out. Even if you do get past them, they're going to be comp, and they will wear you out in the early rounds.
They'll give you some bruises. They'll give you some bumps. Most definitely, Julius Randle. That's his specialty, man. He throws them bows, and I think he's in his prime right now. I think this is the best version of Julius Randle we have ever seen. He has turned into, I would say, an above-average shooter. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
He's even turned into a decent playmaker. Still plays defense, and then just the supporting cast of all the lefties, which is really weird. But you got Brunson, you got Barrett. Quickly's not, but you got Mitch Robinson. You got a great defensive team that can switch 1 through 4. That's a gold in the NBA, man. That makes you a hard team to go against in the playoffs. So, New York Knickerbockers, I want to give you your flowers. You're always getting dragged through the media, and I think they deserve some praise for once.
One thing I want to end with is I do believe Jalen Brunson has finally brought the Knicks a winning culture.
And I agree. I think he brings that from college of Villanova,
boy.
Jay Wright.
baby.
Love him for that. He brings that winning culture, and then even from the Mavericks, where they were the underdog in a couple of those series against the Clippers and the Suns, and he has that dog mentality that spreads to the whole team. And I think the Knicks have embraced that, and I love it. I love it. As a Nets fan, I hate it, but for an NBA fan, I love it. I love seeing the Knicks be good.
All right, just because you mentioned Villanova and Jay Wright, I just want to say one thing. Villanova will never be the basketball school that they once were. They're falling off. They're not going to make the tournament this year. Jay Wright's gone, and they don't have the funds to sign NIL deals. NIL deals is going to be the killer of Villanova basketball.
I'll get one more on you on that one. Whatever. Whatever, though. Villanova basketball, March Madness is coming up. We'll get a special out for that. And this has been Undrafted Sports talking about the NBA. See you next week. Like and subscribe.
I went undrafted, they dissing me. Keep talking down, though I love it.
Tom McGrath Electric. It's electric.